What's up? That's right. Welcome to the What More Can I Say podcast interview series. You see, we got a special person in the square. That's right. Tiny, what's up?
What's going on, guys and girls?
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes. Tiny, we had to check in with you because as the lady of the pod, I was like, I got to talk to another boss chick now. You know, you got the hardest working woman I know in quarantine. How's it been going for you?
I mean, it's been going great. I've been enjoying quarantine. I've been relaxing a little bit, taking a little time with the kids, coming up with nice ideas and creating TV shows and just coming up with different shows. That's really what I've been doing during this quarantine time.
And you know,
Very
we
cool.
live for Tiny on TV. We love to see your shows. We love to see you on the screen. And even behind the scenes, like Tiny, I remember when you put together this show with all of the dope females in Atlanta, like it was you, Tamar, Trina. And, you know, I felt like the real stole your idea, really. But I see you back with a new show called The Mix. Right. I see you back with a new show called The Mix. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so The Mix is my version of having a talk show for the younger generation. I feel like, you know, as my generation, we look at them as being very wild, out of just over the top, just, you know, doing so many crazy things. And I think mainly because it's on social media. Now we get to see everything they're doing versus, you know, and it may not be any more crazier than it was in our day, but it wasn't taped and it wasn't videos of everything you do.
Yep.
So, seeing that, I just felt like, you know, maybe they're misunderstood because I was around my daughter and Reggie and just felt like they have so much to say. They have so many great opinions on things. And, you know, why not try to build a platform for them so they can speak and it's not just negative comments and everything. They can just be able to get it out and you can hear where they're coming from.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Let me jump in real quick. So who's all gonna be a part of the mix? Let's talk about that.
So I have Anton, Jamie DeBose, Zanique, Romeo, and Jazz Anderson.
Very cool. Very cool. That's a nice, unique mix of people right there.
Yeah, it's a wide range of, you know, a nice age range from 18 to like 31, I believe it is. And, you know, they all, sorry.
Amazon. It's Amazon time.
Yes, here. They're also opinionated. They all have different views, and some of them haven't lived or walked a certain life, but at the same time, they've seen, you know, whether it's their parents, friends, or, you know, just things that's going on in the world, you know, that's happening. So they have a lot to say about different topics, and I love that. That's how, you know, I came down to these 5 hosts.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Dope.
All right, Zach, I know you got to jump in there. Jump in there, Zach.
Yeah, I got to jump in there. You know, I want to tell you, Tiny, I recently celebrated my 1-year marriage anniversary in October.
Congratulations.
You know, thank you. And, you know, you have such a long, successful, you know, marriage. What advice would you give a young brother like myself, you know, for a long-lasting, successful marriage?
I think my sister always told me if you can make it past 3 years, you're in there, you know, because she knows, you know, the first years are your roughest years mostly because even though like we're in love and we love our mate, it's just hard. I think knowing that you're tied down and this is the person that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life kind of drives people crazy a little bit. Even if they don't let it out. So, you know, it's a work in progress. It's, you know, probably one of the hardest jobs you'll ever do.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's just to keep finding that love and keep working, you know, because it's all, you know, you'll fall in and out of love. You got to be able to work back to that. You got to want to work back to it. You got to have enough love and, you know, for that person to say, yeah, it's worth me trying to go through this, you know, this roller coaster again with you.
Again, right.
Yeah.
That's whew. That sounds tough.
Look,
you know,
take that with you, Zach. Now you take that with you.
I'm gonna take it with you because
You still got 2 more years, bro. 2 more.
2 more. She said I thought she was gonna say the first 2 years. She said the first 3. That's your probationary period. That's over 1,000 some days.
I think my second year was probably my hardest year. My second year was like a very trial and like very much more the worst year.
It's got to be tough. Two people that are super popular and super famous, and then trying to come together with all of the distractions that the world will give you. That's got to be tough. Now I gotta ask personally. I gotta ask now. Do you think this coming up? Because I know you got another special date coming up, November 19th, in y'all family, the Verzuz, T.I. versus Keke. Are you helping Tip pick any of the records, the 20 songs?
I have not started to, but I have already told him, like, listen, what are we doing? Are we putting the song list together? Like, how are you doing this? Because, and he like, I got it, and I'm like, okay, but I want to make sure he's preparing because I don't see any preparation for it. So, I'm sure eventually he'll get closer. When it gets closer to it, he'll start. But he's pretty, he feels like
pretty laid back about it right now.
Yeah, he's pretty laid back about it. Yeah.
That's dope.
Now, Tiny, will we see any escape verses going on soon? Oh, hey, Harris.
Okay, someone just woke up.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. She's out
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, we have talked about doing a Verzuz battle. Maybe SWV. I think that would be a great match.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a
we
good
spoke to them about it, and they seem to be down pretty much. I think Lily and Taj. I don't know if they spoke to Coco, but I know they spoke to two of the girls. And so hopefully we can get that to going.
Yeah,
that's it.
We need
that
to happen.
Yeah, I think we'll have fun doing it.
Yeah,
that would be dope. But I've just noticed that, you brought up SWV, your Escape. You don't see any more R&B groups. You don't see female R&B groups anymore. You don't see male R&B groups. What do you think happened to why is there a death of R&B groups?
To be honest with you, I think for female R&B groups, it's very expensive, just to keep them together, in this climate, especially with, all this going on. It's just expensive to keep girls, one girl is expensive. So if you got 3-4 girls, it's like, it takes a lot of time to prep them for things, like getting them ready. And then it's just a lot. But I think that to me personally, I think it's all worth it. I would love to, I love having the girl groups and the guy groups too. Some of my favorite artists are guy groups, and I think it was just an exciting time in music. So we should probably try to get that back,
So after your TV show hat, I want you to put on your producer hat and put us together another girl group.
Okay, yeah. I can get on that.
Okay.
That's easy for you. Come on, man. That's easy. Yeah. That's the layup.
Yes, I can't wait to do it.
Will we be getting any more music from you? Because I know you were working on a solo thing before, quarantine kind of happened. Will we be getting some new music from you?
Yes, I know. Well, my producer passed away last year, and I just haven't been working since then. Because that's who I go to, and we just get in the lab and we just do our thing. But I do have a new producer that my son's been working with. His name is Get Cool, and he keeps calling me like, you have to get in the studio. He has some dope music and stuff, so I think I will. When he finally locks me down, he'll get me. But it's just getting me in the initial time. Once I get in there, I'll get back into, okay, I want to go back tomorrow and the next day. But I haven't made myself do that yet.
Okay.
All right. Now we know we got the mix, and it's gonna be on Fox Soul. How do people get to it? Is they got a certain day it's coming on? What's up?
It's on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific and 10 p.m. Eastern. It's foxsoul.tv. It's a Fox Soul app, so you guys can download the app, and that's how you can see all the different shows. But don't mix the mix now.
Yes.
I love it.
They have a lot of good shows on there, though. You got, you can check them out.
Yeah, definitely a lot of cool shows. Shout out to Dish Nation. You get for sure after the TV stuff. So the mix, are we keep developing some stuff? You maybe got small film in the works. What we got going on?
Yes, I'm definitely working on trying to develop a couple shows. I have a show in mind, like a kind of like a scripted show. It's called Rich Wives Club. It's gonna go into all the different angles of how wives, you know, what they go through in their marriages with rich husbands, with some, you know, just all different avenues of dealing with wives and their husbands being in the rich, you know, life.
Well, you can get my wife; she can be in it. You know,
yes.
Okay, Zach. Okay.
You know, when we start doing our auditions, we're gonna need her to come on up.
Okay. She'll be ready. You know.
Hey.
All right, Wives Club. You know, just we not check to check, but we not rich.
But you know, it's not everybody's not rich. You know what I'm saying? But maybe they are. You know, they build themselves into being rich. So it's not like, you know, all about just rich people. But it's showing how they, you know, how they get there, and if they're able to successfully keep it, what they have to go through to keep it, you know, and all those things.
Are they gonna be real wives? Because a lot of these shows got wives in the name, and they not married.
And they're not married. Well, see, that's the thing. This is not gonna be reality. So I feel like I got you on that.
All right, right.
Like they'll be actors.
No, very cool. So then, if it's actors, then you're really able to really create those scenarios that people don't really show when it's a reality.
I want to go there. I really want to go there and pull some stuff out, you know. Make it very interesting.
Okay, all right. Now, before we let you go, all right, I always like to ask, especially people that have been in the business of music for so long. That means you got a good story. Any funny stories, a funny hit? That's funny back there.
She's lit.
Eric, you're in my shot, poo, and then she's gonna lay down.
Oh, what's the couch if you can't jump on it?
Right.
Do you have any like funny hip hop stories that you could tell us, like a music story, or a funny escape story that we haven't heard before?
You know, I wish I would have got me earlier, so I could have been thinking about this. This is I am the worst at that. They be like, I don't never remember anything till they bring it up. So they're like, you don't remember when that happened? Oh yeah, it did happen. And I never remember anything. I'm sorry. Dang.
It's all good.
I'm sure I had so many. Like, honestly, with the tour that we did with R. Kelly, we did 2 tours with R. Kelly's. We had so much going on those tours that it was just hilarious. One with Salt and Pepper, and I think Naughty by Nature was on there, and then we had one, I think LL Cool J was on there, and someone else, I can't remember, but it was good, you know, good fun. I wouldn't trade the experience for the world, but it was something else. I remember, I will tell you, I don't know, y'all probably heard this, but when we started the R. Kelly tour, we had a band, we was ready to like kill it, and Robert was like, the day before the show, he was like, oh, they got a band? Like, they can't use a band. They're going to have this much stage, you know, a curtain behind them. They're going to have to go out there and sing. Because, no, I'm not letting them have a band. Like, and we like, what? So that whole night, that whole day, we were so mad. We was devastated. But because we had put together this great show, so we went to that night and started rehearsing, just doing us and tracks, and we went out there the next day and show, and we like killed it hands down. Like because Tameka went out there and she started kind of preaching and talking about how the devil is alive, he this, he that, and challenged us, and we started singing a cappella. And like, all the write-ups back then, they used to write up about the tours. They was like, yo, Escape killed it. Like they were the best. And I'm not gonna lie, Robert is hard to beat. He is one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
But that night we were like the top of the, like, yo, Escape was the best thing out there that night. You have to go see them. So it worked out for us.
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Great story. We appreciate you stopping by the podcast, our interview. Thank you so much again. Fox Soul on Tuesday, the mix. Do not miss it. And we're looking forward for the Rich Wives Club, too. We're looking for that, too.
Come on, man. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for having me.
No problem.
Absolutely.